Most of the municipalities in the Massachusetts already have ordinances outlawing this. So I mean, it's not a huge deal
Yes.
in that respect.
Not-
It's already in place in a lot of places,
Right.
and with no problems, by the way.
Right. It
So-
is in place in a fair number of cities, and we're actually looking to have even more cities get ordinances in place. We're also trying to work with some key areas of public accommodations to get good policies so that they can sort of tout their good policy and say, hey, look, we're a health club or we're a restaurant and we don't discriminate and it's good for business and you should not discriminate either. So it's an educational process, I would say.
It is. It's disappointing that this is where we are on such a basic issue. And let's underscore the fact that what this is preventing is somebody walks into a restaurant, a coffee shop. They can be the owners can refuse to serve them
Right.
on the basis of gender identity, and this is America.
Yes.
I mean, it just flies in the face of what this country stands for, and it's disappointing to hear that we're having this difficulty at the state legislature when clearly these laws have been in effect on a municipality level in many cities around the Commonwealth with no problems at all. And this just speaks to human dignity.
Right.
And it's amazing that we're still struggling on that basic issue.
Yeah, I mean, it's, another thing that is important to understand is that Massachusetts is the only state where public accommodations are not protected for transgender people. And also, in Massachusetts, if you are a member of a protected category, you're protected in all the areas. So education, employment, credit and lending, and public accommodations, except if you are transgender. And so that makes it a really unique situation. And yes, I mean, jumping off your point, just to make it very clear, if someone is transgender and goes to apply for a job at a coffee shop, they cannot be discriminated against in that employment context because they're transgender. But that same person could go ask for a cup of coffee, order a cup of coffee, and be discriminated against. So it's really sort of an unworkable situation.
It's strange.
Yeah. And so we're trying to do a lot of education with the legislature on why this needs to be fixed.
Wow. Well, you've been watching Legal Lines. Legal Lines is brought to you by the Massachusetts LGBTQ Bar Association. My name is Tim Lynch. I am your host. And if you'd like to call in, please do. Our number here is 617-708-3290. Again, 617-708-3290. So what else aside from, your plate is very full. What else have you guys been working on?
Right. Well, one of the other things that's a little bit newer is we worked on the creation of a statewide commission on LGBT elders that was passed in the state budget last year. And we're just getting it off the ground right now. It will be chaired by the chairs of the Elder Affairs Committee in the legislature, and we were just actually on a call today kind of doing some planning around it. We've got members from across the state. And it's exciting because this too is the first statewide commission on LGBTQ elders. There has been some work done at the municipal level in San Francisco and in Cambridge, but nothing at sort of the statewide level. And I think it's really important, especially as we head into a gubernatorial election, to have kind of this issue brought to the fore, since a lot of the members of the LGBT community are aging and are facing, challenges as they go into long-term care or, other issues as they age. So.
Yeah, and these issues were brought up in, I believe the movie was Gen Silent. Great movie. And and that was in Massachusetts again, which is shocking for me to believe this happens here. But people, gay couples, lesbian couples age, they go into nursing homes, and they're treated badly. The people giving them service discriminate against them or lecture them on whatever their own personal values or beliefs are, and it's quite disturbing. So I think it's wonderful that you're doing this, especially with, again, most people are aging out.
Right.
And we'll be needing these services, and they should be given to people, again, a vulnerable population needs to be protected, and they need to be respected.
Right, exactly. And we're working actually quite closely on this with the folks from the LGBT Aging Project, which were prominently featured in Gen Silent. They're really leaders in a lot of this work as well. And I do think it's bringing this issue to the fore that hasn't been. There's been more attention paid on LGBTQ youth, which is deserved as well, but it's bringing the issues that elders are facing a little bit more to the forefront of people's minds, which is a good thing.
Which is a good thing. Gosh. Anything else? Or?
Those are probably the main things. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Anything new on the horizon? Or have we covered it all?
No, I think you've covered it all. We're definitely going to be very involved in the election cycle this year. We've endorsed a couple of folks already. So we're looking forward to, all the good work that is going to happen and getting a lot of good champions in the legislature.
Well, somebody wants to find out about mass equality. How do they do that?
They can go right to our website, which is www.massequality.org.
And it's on the screen, which is good.
That's great.
And I know you guys are having an event coming up next Thursday.
We are on Thursday, February 27th at 6 o'clock. We're having our Icon Awards event where we will be awarding 3 icons who have been really wonderful in terms of serving the LGBT community. One is the Speaker of the House, Robert DeLeo. Another is Harry Collings, who is our philanthropic icon. And then also our organizational icon is Community Catalyst, which is a health access organization that has been working closely with us on trying to increase access for transgender people to have access to health care and health coverage. And then we're also going to be recognizing this large group of marriage champions on this 10th anniversary of marriage becoming legal here in Massachusetts. That will be happening.
In what a way, I mean, my goodness, it's spread all over the country. And,
it has.
And, in a few years, maybe it will be throughout the country.
That's what we hope. I'm excited personally to be able to do my taxes with my wife this year. And I hope that it does spread to all 50 states before we know it. I think that
the current situation is bizarre. You're married here, and then you're traveling across country, and all of a sudden you cross the state lines, and your marriage disappears. And, something happens to your kids, and all sorts of horrifying complications come up that shouldn't come up.
Right, exactly. I mean, for us, personally, I'm lucky in that my family is in New York and Connecticut, so we're married there, but we also have family in Florida, and we're not married there, so there's a lot of, sort of hoops that we have to jump through that other couples don't. So I'm looking forward to that being fixed.
Yes. Well, mercifully, that will be in a couple of years. Well, thank you very much for joining us here today for Legal Lines. Again, Legal Lines is brought to you by the Massachusetts LGBTQ Bar Association. My name is Tim Lynch. I am the host of Legal Lines. Please tune in for the next episode of Legal Lines, which will be March 19th. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Carl.
Thanks.